Good morning, students. In our previous lecture, we understand how Louis XVI, looking the violent reaction of people, decided to be constitutional monarch and accept constitution was supreme and above him. This happened on the night of 4th of August 1789 when the constituent body which got established decided that they gave up all the special privileges for clergy and nobles, and they also confiscated all the land that was under the control of church, clergy, nobility, which altogether accounted for the government to get an asset worth of 2 billion livres, which made the government position stable in France. And finally, the drafting of the constitution completed by 1791. They brought, instead of wasting power or the entire power on a single person, they divide the power by establishing certain institutions. So what were those institutions? They established the institution like legislative, executive and judiciary by dividing the work and making the king just as a constitutional monarch. So now the constitutional monarchy, as we said, power is divided into three institutions. You can understand it with the help of this diagram, which represent the political system under the Constitution of 1791. You see, judiciary are free. Under the executive, they had king and ministers, and under the legislature, they have National Assembly and electors. National Assembly comprises of 745 members, which will formulate the laws for nation, and they have executive body to implement the laws, and the judiciary which check and provide justice to the citizens of France. Apart from it, there were two kinds of citizens: active citizen and passive citizen. Active citizens who are basically voting, and the passive citizens who were around 3 million, and these 3 million people not having any say or not having right to vote in the France Constitution. So that passive citizen form huge population, and the active citizens only the 4 million out of 28 million population. Now, as we said, the question arises, who could vote in France? So anyone above the age of 25 years who had paid taxes equal to at least 3 days of labor wages were given the status of active citizens, which means only high bracket taxpayers were eligible to vote. So many of those who are not paid the taxes, especially the women and men, those who were not paying taxes equal to at least 3 days of labor wages were already removed from the voting rights. So they did not find ample representation in the constitution, and that was one of the revolutionary ideas that again came up, and that was explained by Jean-Paul Marthe in his newspaper Friend of People, where he said only wealth could influence the laws. The constitution also began with declaration, that is right to freedom, right to speech, right to equality, liberty, and right of expression as the natural inalienable rights. So the natural inalienable rights are the rights which are given by birth. A person who born in France get the natural right to talk, to speak and to express his opinion in the similar way the others do, and the freedom to do whatever he wanted to do. So these are considered inalienable rights according to the new Constitution of France, which are granted all the people of the France or all the citizens of the France, whether they are active citizen or passive citizen. So it was the responsibility of the government to make sure that the rights are not denied to any of its citizens in the country, and they are provided to each and everyone. Again, there were numerous political symbols that was coming under the power, as because most of the France population unable to read and write, so these symbols frequently used to communicate the ideas to those peoples. And these are very interesting. You should know these symbols and these power symbols in France. So these symbols are, you can see in this figure 2, broken chain. It means we are getting a setting to get free. The next is the bundle of rods. That means if there is one stick, it can be broken easily, but if there is a bundle, it's hard to break. The next is eye with triangle, radiating light. That means the sun drives away all the kind of ignorance. The next one is scepter. That was the symbol of royal power. Then a snake, which is biting its own tail. That means it forms a ring, which is symbol of eternity. And that means there is no beginning and no end. The next one is blue, white, red, which is national color of France. Red Phrygian cap that was worn by slaves whenever they are becoming free. And the winged women, which talk about personification of law. And the last is law tablet, that means that says law is same for all and all are equal before law. So the new constitution had brought certain new rules, that was the right to freedom, equality, liberty, fraternity, got the inspiration from the constitutional framework of the France, which got a clear picture. This has been clearly shown in the Declaration of the France Constitution in 1791. So now for a namesake, France was a monarchy which have very limited powers when compared to previous time. The entire authority rests with the people through the National Assembly, and nobody takes away people's basic right. That is the main theme of the constitution and the main declaration of the French Constitution, which motivated many millions of people across Europe and across the globe to fight for the freedom. So how after the constitutional monarchy France became a republic nation? We will discuss this in our next lecture.